I was born on Christmas. Oh, it would make a fabulous show. All right, back in character. I was born on Christmas Day in 1955, and so I always get a bit nervous about this time of the year. And in fact, I think I died on stage this morning at the Poets' Breakfast, completely forgetting everything. But I have resurrected. Now, being a good Catholic boy, born on Christmas Day, Mum always had high hopes that I would become a priest. But this next poem is as close as we got to achieving that. It's called A Taste for Religion. Now, it's got a chorus in it, and the chorus comes in halfway through verse 4, and it's from a different song. We'll see how we go. A cranky old coot was Ben Thompson. It seems that most Englishmen are. And though the best side of Ben was pretty bad, his pet badger was worser by far. 'Twas a growly boar badger brought with him when he came to Australia to live, and he kept him down under the floorboards. 'Twas the coolest place he could give. Well, he'd lived down there on scraps and things, and rats he liked more than a smidgen. And I'm not sure how it came to pass, but it seems he developed this taste for religion. See, the salvo band came marching past, singing about pie in the sky. You will eat by and by in that glorious land beyond the sky. Way up high, work and play, live on hay. You'll get pie in the sky when you die. Perhaps it were words contained in the song that made badgers so hard at them fly. Well, they soon stopped their singing and playing. They don't march down that street anymore, nor did they march down no other a while, since their calves and their bums were so sore. Aye, there's many a poor scarred old salvo that wakes up howling at night and is sure that it was the devil that gave his bum such a terrible bite. Well, them sky pilots soon held a big contest to see who could save old Ben's soul, and many's the wager was settled by badger that lived down the hole. One incident concerns lecturous old Father O'Leary, who called in old Ben one fine day. The badger was out like a whirlwind. The poor priest soon hastened away. To be sure 'twas some pagan monster, the old priest would often recall, that tried to eat me that day at Ben Thompson's, it being a Friday and all and all and all. Now, one day, two pimply-faced Mormons, dressed in their drabbest brown suits, dropped in on old Ben to have a wee chat and to show him where sin has its roots. Well, old Ben politely invited them in. Pray come in, sir. Even gave them some tea and some cakes. Then he softly calls, "Dinner time, Badger," and Badger his entrance he makes. Nice dog you got there," said one victim when he saw Badger slathering his chops. Then he suddenly let out this howl and a scream, and round the room he hastily hops. Well, those Mormons were frantic to leave Ben alone, but the old bugger had locked the front door. So they finally escaped through two holes in the wall, where I'm sure there were no holes before. Sadly, we won't say anything about Jehovah's midwife. No, wet nurse. Sorry, I got that joke wrong. Well, like all great heroes, the old badger died. He was buried deep down in a ditch. It seems that he once bit this cardinal, George Pell, and he died because the food was too rich. But nowadays old Ben leads a very quiet life. Missionaries steer clear of his region, because it seems that now his house is protected by an unholy ghost with a taste for religion. Thank you all.